So here we are in Williamstown, Kentucky. We got here a little bit later than what we wanted to be. Get my glasses off. And we just got done eating at the local Mexican restaurant, which is really convenient because it was right across the road right here from the motel we're staying at. And the Ark is right up the street from us, about, what, a block and a half?
Behind us, yeah.
Or behind us, yeah.
About a block and a half.
So we're gonna head in for the evening, and we'll give you some highlights tomorrow when we start our journey through the Ark.
All right.
Have a good night. Hey y'all, so we made it on our bus trip up here to the Ark Encounter, and we're going to be heading for the museum, which is right over to the right hand side of this Ark, and the entrance is over there. But here she is. It was built to specifications that are in the Bible, and look how large it is. I mean, I'm looking at it not through the camera, but just in person, and it is huge. And it was made just like any other boat would be. It's got a
mast. No masts.
No mast, no. But there's like a on the end there,
rudder.
A rudder, yeah. There's an actual rudder on it, and it's just huge, folks. And look how beautiful the grounds are here. It's just so very, very, very nice. And we are going to enjoy this. We're going to be doing a lot of walking, so if you come up here to the Ark Encounter, make sure you wear some good walking shoes and just have a blast. That's what we're gonna do, and we'll be talking to you along the way. So here we go. Follow us. We got our giraffes here going 2 by 2 into the Ark as well. All the different topiaries. And we're going to go over here and take a look at some of these carvings. This is where they're showing where Cain murdered Abel. As you can see on the carvings, you've got Adam and Eve at the top.
Well, that's what was in Cain's mind.
Very, very nice. It depicts a story. The first part is Abel offered first-born animals of his flock as sacrifices, while Cain offered plants. And the Lord cursed Cain for his actions. Okay, we're going to move along here. This is where wickedness fills the earth. So at the top there we have men whose thoughts were continuously focused on evil. The second one,
Idol worshiping.
society became thoroughly evil and flesh corrupted its way on the earth. The third one down is the earth was filled with violence and all sorts of vile behavior. And then the destroy the world with a global flood. And then finally down here at the bottom, the flood would destroy every human and land animal outside of the ark. And you can see the little waves and everything going on there. Okay.
Monitor lizard.
A monitor lizard lives
He's
in
up
here.
He's up in this rest up there.
Yeah.
Staying warm.
You just can't see him right now. He's up there though. It's a monitor.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
But this is where he lives. He's kind of staying out of the sight of the people right now that he's resting. Okay? So now we have Noah and the ark over here. So at the very top, we see Noah was a righteous man who refused to follow the wicked ways of the world. And he was born in the 10th generation, so the very top one, it shows where he was born in the 10th generation. Now this third one down, God directed Noah to build an ark for his family and land animals. And also, where you see like the waves there on the third one, the Lord also told Noah that he would destroy the earth with a flood. This fourth one down here is Noah faithfully obeyed the Lord and built the ark. And this last one down here is Noah, his wife, their 3 sons and their wives were spared in the ark, along with representatives of every kind of land animal. Okay, so let's continue. Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
Now this is the back part of the ark itself.
where the rudder is.
Yep, see
Not
that
much
rudder?
of a rudder, but it's all right.
Looked like it was non-steerable, so
No, they could not steer.
it was not steerable. It is huge all the way down. Imagine being in this huge ark. This is the lines to get in to the Ark Encounter In Creation Museum. Carvings here. And we're in line. Okay, so this is where the smaller animals would go
Nocturnal.
in Noah's Ark. Nocturnal animals. And we'll see what's around the corner here. There's some more areas for some nocturnal animals. Ah, yes, not real lightning, but you can hear the sound. We've got thunder and lightning going.
And they only had fire for life.
And they only had fire for light, so this would have been kind of like what it would have looked like with the lanterns, or the lights rather, the firelight, I guess you would say.
Ooh, you can feel it.
Yeah. water. More places here. I think you can put food and water down in there. They have a lot of jars for different things. They had to put feed in them for the different animals, water, oils. Animals were all kept in these little bins. Excuse my finger. Little tiny animals. Something to clean up out of the animals' bins here. They got little cups where their food would go. As you can see. Just rows and rows and rows of. Just imagine how many animals were on the Ark. This gives you a good picture. There's some other pictures over here.
ושאפתי לכבד אותך נאמנה, בכל יום שעשית. אנו מבקשים את רחמך.
Now this is Noah and his family praying to God.
ושמר את משפחתי, ואת החיות של בית האלוהים. ושאפתי לכבד אותך נאמנה, בכל יום שעשית.
And thanking him for the preservation of his family and the animals.
וכולנו משרת אותך נאמנה, לכל.
For being so faithful. Now in these jugs with the coverings tied down are for reptiles and amphibians, where they kept them. I think if we go to the other side we can see it a little bit better. Bears in here, the bear kind. We've got the sloths. Yeah, there they are. Here we've got the deer. We got some pigs here. Well, we were going to get a pressed coin.
Hey, we might still.
But this one's out of order, so we'll just move along. Now way up there is light.
Straight up.
Straight up.
It's still got 3 stories left.
It's huge. Now if we look in here, we've got some prehistoric animals. I believe it's called as the Ark Encounter dinosaur type and this is a Periosaur type of dinosaur. Then we've got the cottonted kind. I don't know what kind it actually is, but
Dimetrodon.
the Dimetrodon, that's what it's called. Okay. Right. Well, he looks pretty happy, safe.
Yeah, their lives have been spared for another climatic exit.
This is how did freshwater fish survive?
That's good. They'll be able to read it if I wanted to.
Now this tells us how big the Ark was. It tells us it's not a tail, but it's real. And the measurements they used. How large is the Ark?
Maybe that one's better. Yeah.
What's the Ark shaped like a box?
Okay.
And we're going to move down here to different kinds of animals. So there was 14 of each kind for the clean animals. And the flying creatures were 14 of each kind. And the clean and our flightless were 2 by 2. So the total is 6,744 total animals.
6,744.
Yeah, so it's quite a few animals. But if you noticed, there was 14 of each kind of clean animal, and 2 of each kind of the unclean or flightless animals. Some people think it's 2 by 2 for all, but that wasn't correct. This is correct amount of animals. There is a Noah's Ark model, which will see into everything that is in this ark.
Right, that's what I wanted to do.
And on each duck, as you can see, it's got animal beds and places where they store food, oils, and water. one of my favorites. It is a little necklace here that says, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. Matthew 17:20. Crossbody bags. They have beautiful scarves, such. Lots of baskets. This would have been a huge door that all the animals came through, and the people walked in and out of until the front doors were closed by God. And you can see that there is a cross in the middle of the doors. See the cross there?
Yeah.
Help me to understand. And it explains to you why. And it gives Bible verses. Here's our life-size replica of Raina. That was Jacob's wife. The enormous task of building the ark and caring for the animals likely required a variety of skills, such as growing crops, animal husbandry, metalworking, and leadership. Discover how Noah may have acquired and honed these abilities before the Lord called him to his famous assignment. Check C, we have the early years. and each married a wife. With so few godly people left on the planet, Noah's faithfulness and righteousness brought derision and hatred from his neighbors. And there was Noah's call. Going on here, it looks like we have their personal belongings.
Oh, okay. Wow. What a fun take. Oh, excuse me.
About the same age as any other 600. What's my least favorite mathematics? Well,
What is it?
after our boys grew up,
What is
God
it?
told me his plans. He said the
like
ark
we have
would be for
a
me, my wife,
crow
our sons,
or
and our
a
sons' wives.
raven?
It took us several decades
Oh,
to
bird.
build the
Oh,
ark.
crow.
But that was after years of
Some type of
designing,
blackbird.
collecting
Crow.
supplies,
Did it
and
move?
preparing the site.
It did.
Oh, yeah. Hey, bird. How you doing, bird?
It's not.
Any more questions? Oh, I should know this one. Imzara's listening. We've been married for a little over 550 years. Has it been that long already? My, how time flies. Oh, you can see reminders of our anniversaries on that shelf over there. Imzara, my dear, you do love that letter. Any more questions?
It's awful dark in here.
Well, I'm glad you came to visit. Don't forget, God loves you, my friend. The animals, since God brought them right to me, just as he said he would. I just wondered when he would send them. We were nearly finished building the ark when hundreds of spectacular animals arrived. I should have known. God's timing is perfect, and he always keeps his promises.
Here are some more of the dinosaurs. I'm not sure really what kind they are, but they they kept them down here. This is the second level, so the heavier animals were down on the lower floors. We have one of the daughter-in-laws, probably, eating what looks like to be a walrus, but probably isn't, because it has some kind of tusks on it. It is the Stalacarids, Posterius. We also have a Helicopter. They're similar to rhinos and horses. Look how big they were. Look how big they were.
Is that you?
Yeah. My name is not Lily.
So there's how did so few kinds become so many species? Imagine stepping off the Ark into a world wiped clean by the flood. This is a giraffe, which still pretty much looks like the ones we have today. And we have the horses. Which are what they looked like back then. It's a horse kind, is what it says. These are the rhinoceroses. Very, very small young ones, it looks like. And these are the cattle kind. Now this is called an intelligent kind. They are relatives to the pigs. They were nicknamed Terminator pigs. Some of them could get 6 feet high. The people were full of sin. Full of sin and wickedness. Worshipped these things. Okay, so we are going to do an Ark Encounter penny. Let's put our dollar in.
I was going to hold it for you while you did it.
There we go.
Other side.
There it is.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. That's Noah. A picture of Noah.
Okay, yes, it's a picture of Noah. Very nice. This is their living quarters. This is where they stored their food. They even have a loom that they worked with to make their blankets and rugs. This is some of their cooking cookware that they used.
To show them that it would work. We put wood in there, that they could do this. They could have put wood in there.
This is where they would bake.
We made a classroom one day out on the grill with this whole thing.
Maybe you've made their pots. This is more living quarters for them.
Seemed to be.
That's where some birds are, where they kept the birds. Various kinds, as we can see. They look very happy. God saved them from the flood. Yeah, he's trying to get a little bird up there. That's what Noah is. That was Noah and the dove. Some more birds over here. areas to work in. And if we come out here, we can see a movie called As in the Days of Noah, which I think I'm going to go watch. So we'll be back with you. We have God's command to be fruitful and multiply. And that's what Noah's descendants did after the flood. They spoke one language. The Lord told them to multiply and fill the earth. They fulfilled the first part of this command as the world's population quickly grew. Here is a replica of the Tower of Babel.
We took down the tower.
Yes, this was God's judgment. They didn't want to scatter, so he put an end to their rebellion and accomplished his purpose by confusing their language. Here we have some things from around the world. We have regarding Noah and his ark. These happen to be from Europe.
Look at that. People right there.
These are all from Europe. It's pretty cool back there. That one. The teapot. I like that. And here we have the Rainbow Covenant. Now these particular figurines and such come from Asia and Oceania. Like that t-shirt, and that is from Mongolia. So here we are at the end of the ark. Here's a picture of it from the other side at the other end, and we just went through all three stories. And I would think it would be such a great thing for you and your family to go out and see, maybe take a vacation over here in Williamstown, Kentucky, and come see it. People have been nothing but hospitable, and there is also a zoo here, which we may go check out. I don't know, but we've had a good time so far, and I hope bringing you along has given you some good information and some information about the plan for your life through Jesus Christ our Lord, if you accept him as your personal Savior. So thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day.